my artistic students. I'm going to go through with you how to create your human rights tree. Remember that you need to do a rough draft version in your social studies notebook before you do your final draft. Your rough draft will be on a sheet of notebook paper, and your final draft will be on one or two pieces of blank white paper or construction paper if you have it. So you'll take those two sheets of paper and you'll tape them together along the back, and that will give you a piece of paper that's this size as opposed to this size. Okay, let's get into it. Your human rights tree is going to consist of 3 parts. So when you're working on your rough draft, you're going to section your paper into thirds. When you make your final draft, you're not going to use these wavy lines. Okay, the middle section is the trunk of your tree. And in the trunk of your tree, you're going to write the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I'm writing with a marker, so it's not going to fit. Make sure yours does. You won't be writing with an Expo marker. Okay, that's the easiest part. We have branches up here and roots down here. Let's go through the roots together. Roots are anything that allow you to have and practice and live a life of dignity. So these are all of the things that exist in our society that support and allow our human rights to flourish. So those can include things like your family. See how I wrote family in there? They can also include your education. They probably need to include the other laws in our society, right? Our laws aren't just human rights. We have lots of others, so we could put laws and also just the government. So I've got laws and I've got government. Other things that might support your human rights could be, let's see, let me check my sheet. Oh, if you get sick, you need to have medicine so that you can get healthy and to enjoy your human rights, so that you could write medicine, and that would include doctors and nurses and the people who help you get better. What else might you need? It's probably pretty important that you're able to have a job so that you can support yourself. But when that fails, you probably are going to need to rely on assistance from the government. So that'd be Social Security. Probably the last one that you should include is you and me. We have to work together to have all of our human rights. Okay, there are the roots. Mine are really sloppy. Yours should be a lot neater than this. Once you've finished filling out the things that help your human rights flourish, then you're ready to start the branches. You need at least 12 human rights written on your branches. So that means you need at least 12 branches. Each branch is its own human right, but just like a tree branches, you can put multiple ones on different branches or on the parts where your branches. I don't think I'm going to get 12 on here. My marker is just too fat, and I need to actually be able to write so you can read. Okay. Am I the world's best artist? No, definitely not. And I don't expect you to be either. I just expect you to try. Okay, so on each of the branches, you need to write a human right. So let's put the right to life on this one. And guess what? It's not going to fit because my marker is so fat. Pretend that life fit right there. And then once you've written the name of the human right, then you need to add a leaf of something that describes that human right. So if you've written the right to life, something that describes that could be when you are born. Oh, you can't read that at all, but that does say born. 3 parts: branches with the human rights, the trunk with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and the roots, the things that support everything and hold them up. Happy drawing!